Schizo Post 10, take 4. 3, 2, 1. It continues! The cover-up continues, ladies and gentlemen. It never ends. It never ends. More lies, more collusion, more deceit, ladies and gentlemen. Where do we even begin with this? So let's just clear up Josh's lies. But before we do that, press 1. 1 to burn it all down. So many ones. We're burning it down, ladies and gentlemen. Burning it down. Let's just clear up this once and for all. I offered 5 this times 1,000. 5,000 glorious British pounds straight into Ethan Ralph's bank account if he accepts the terms of a gladiatorial fight to the death with PPP. I've said 0 things that are different to that. Right from the beginning, this was always the case. We've just pushed it to the limit a bit too far, I think, before we get struck for copyright. Anyway, this has never changed. This has never changed. If anything, in the follow-up video I did, I sort of settled down the terms a bit. I said, you know, we can't allow this to just happen in Bangladesh. We can't allow Ethan Ralph to die. We can't allow PPP to curb stomp this pig-eyed alcoholic dwarf. There has to be some sort of fairness at play. What I did say, though, was we're not going to bow to Ethan Ralph's demands. We're not going to allow him these bizarre streaming rights, have Gator comment on it. We're not going to allow Gator to show up with his luchador mask. We're not going to allow Gator into the ring to pry PPP from his master's face. We're not going to allow Gator, a weeping Gator, to come in with his broom just as the fight's reaching its climax and try and save his lord and master, Ethan Ralph. That's not going to be allowed to happen. If anything, I made it fairer in the follow-up video. I said, we're going to do this in a city a bit more interesting than Knoxville, where something a bit more interesting is going on than Andy Warski being wheeled around in a wheelchair. What idiots. But they're saying now that Godwinson's backed out. Well, Godwinson didn't back out. What Godwinson did was put some handicaps on PPP. PPP's going to take off his glasses during this fight. PPP's got a Achilles knee. All Ethan Ralph has to do is just start punching at eye level. And PPP's down. So there's 2 handicaps there that Ethan Ralph's got, which will offset that obvious height difference between 6'5" PPP and 5'1" Ethan Ralph. But the cover-up, the clean-up continues. Josh from Kiwi Farms is just cleaning it up. Just cleaning it up. If you've seen this, he's posting that Godwinson's backed out. Godwinson never backed out. Godwinson never dies. If anything, the money's been rising, right? People are throwing in. Zoom's thrown in $2,000. There's already about 10 grand on the table, right? But Godwinson's pulled out. Godwinson's pulled out. When the initial offer was a gladiatorial bout to the death. You can go watch the video myself. Like, what on earth is going on? Ethan Ralph accepted a gladiatorial bout to the death, a Mandingo fight shirtless. He accepted this for £5,000. Maybe the alcohol wore off. Maybe the Xanax wore off, and he came to the realization that there's no possible way he can do this. There's no possible way that I can fight PPP and survive. All of the money's going to be spent on like insurance, because I'm going to be in hospital for the next 5, 10, 20 years? But no, we're reading Ethan Ralph's post on Discord. He's saying, you would not believe what this 5'1" pig-eyed alcoholic dwarf is saying. He's going to put PPP in hospital. PPP knows nothing about boxing. Ethan Ralph has consumed so much Dutch courage now that he's perfectly willing to delude himself into thinking he's not going to die. What a disaster. But what idiots. So if any of you are watching this and you're aware of the truth, please, I implore you to go over wherever you see this message of Godwinson's backed out to just say that it's lies. It's lies. Go to Kiwi Farms if you've not going to be preemptively banned and tell them. Preach the truth. This is happening. Vegas. $5,000, right? $5,000. And that's on top of all the other money that's being put down by other neat players in this weird game that we're playing. But Godwinson's backed out. What a crazy take. But what it goes to show is the cover-up at play, the collusion at play. It continues. Can you believe it? It continues, ladies and gentlemen. So if you can, get the message out there. Just get the truth out there. We thought that Josh had redeemed himself. We pressed one, did we not? Because we thought that Josh had salvaged his reputation, but apparently not. Apparently Josh was all along playing a gay-op. What a disaster. What idiots. Do you know what I mean? What idiots. They're just afraid. They're afraid of Snappy P. Anyway, where are we now? Where are we now in the continuing cycle that is this dumpster fire? Where are we going? What's coming next? Who knows? All I know is the third man's going to be revealed. The third man. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm revealing the third man now live on air. To all of you at home, faithful viewers. The third man is Ethan Ralph's not dead father. Ethan Ralph's father never died, ladies and gentlemen. It was an insurance scam. It was an insurance scam for Ethan Ralph to claim the money. Ethan Ralph's father is living in a trailer park somewhere in Arizona. But he's too ashamed, right, to say and show his face and to say that I'm alive because his son's been so embarrassing of late. His son's just been a complete disaster of late. The third man, the person who's orchestrating all of this, is Ethan Ralph's father. He wants to bring his son back into the light. He wants his son to repent, ladies and gentlemen. But when Ethan Ralph's going around on Discord, he's in my chats, screaming in full caps, I need to go to sleep. This is my last post before I die. You know, this is all lies. Are you well, Ethan Ralph? We know you're not, but are you well? Are you okay? What a disaster. The flames are still rising on the new Project 2. We've got thousands of autistic neets out there to go, new Project 2 is a scam. Is a scam. But people like Josh don't want us to take his shekels away. They don't want the shekels gone. I understand Josh's problem. It's the last payment processor going, but he could have hinged his wagon to a better bet than a dodgy word processing site. A WordPress site, I should say, with a dodgy payment processor attached to it. But it continues. People are hacking into the mainframe. People are deciding whether or not this is actually not a fraudulent site. Apparently it's not even protected against the most basic measures. At a point where a fat pedo can just hack into it at will and publish all of the information on his Twitter feed. What idiots. Unbelievable. Anyway, let's just make this more interesting. Because we know Ethan Ralph isn't going to accept these terms no matter what amount of money's on offer. So I implore you, Turk February, right? Put down $1,000. Perspicacy, just put down $2,000, you know? Coach has already promised to me that he's going to donate 50 Chilean pesos to this. His life's fortune, his savings, they're all going to go to this. Kraut's already offered about $5,000. Let's get this to 1 million, chaps. Let's just keep Gus going. Because no matter what amount of money's on the table, Ethan Ralph is not going to humiliate himself by revealing the 4K Gaunt footage in real time. He's not going to allow PPP to sit on it. He's not going to allow this wrestling match to take place, which will be akin to sort of two whales mating. He's not going to allow this because he's afraid. His arms are a little too short to box with PPP. But if you believe his lies, if you believe all of their colluding, cleaning up lies, he's going to put PPP in hospital. The only way Ethan Ralph's going to put PPP in hospital is when PPP visits him with the grapes. Ethan Ralph's going to be paralyzed. The only muscle that's actually going to be able to work for Ethan Ralph is his tongue. And with that tongue, he's going to say to Gator, smother me. Please, end it. And Gator's going to go up to the hospital bed and he's going to do one last sweep for his Lord and Master. He's going to clean it up one last time. and he's got to put Ethan Ralph out of his misery. We know it's going to happen. I'm going to bribe the nurses to allow Gator his one last sweep, his one last cleanup. Where are we going now? The third man has been revealed. He's been orchestrating the thing behind the scenes the entire time. Myself and PPP are mere pawns of the third man. Ethan Ralph's father, living in exile, living in shame because of the insurance scam. He wants to bring his son back into the light. He wants his son to repent now, yeah. And first of all, and last of all, he wants his son back in his arms. He wants not just Maker's Mark and Xanax or whatever pills Ethan Ralphs is popping to come between him and his son. He just wants his son's love. All right. Let's continue pushing it to the limit. Press 1! Press 1 to burn it all down. This time's 1,000, Ralph. This sweet, sweet Churchillian money. You know you want it. You know your pig eyes are lighting up every time I wave this around. There's already going to be $1 million on the table by the time we even finish this video. Every autistic NEET out there, living in his mum's basement, is going to say, I'm going to spend money to see Ethan Ralph curb stomped by PPP. We're going to spend $1 million, £1 million, £1 million Chilean pesos to see this 4K gun footage emerge. We want this in our hearts, do we not? 2! Press 2 if you want this. And press 3 if you're gonna cover up and collude and pretend that Goldwinson's backed out. So shut down their lies, shut down their collusion, and be sure to watch this space, ladies and gentlemen. Keep pushing it to the limit. Let's burn it all down.